The Quran was revealed by Allah Rabbul Alameen to do what? If you look back to the few ayah that we recite early, yeah, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala remind us in Surah Muhammad, Surah 47 verses 20. I'm just going back one ayah, then I'm continue to today's class inshallah. أَفَلَا يَتَدَبَّرُونَ الْقُرْآنَ أَمْ عَلَى قُلُوبٍ أَقْفَالُهَا. Allah is trying to remind us. It's a reminder from Allah. Allah is saying, should they not try to understand the Quran? These people who say they have knowledge, they are Muslim, they read the Quran, don't they want to understand the Quran? You have read the Quran. You have memorized the Quran. Don't you want to understand the Quran? Or are there locks on their hearts? Or are there locks on their heart now is being locked? You have to unlock that heart. Meaning the people who read the Quran, they are still very hard. They are still very egoistic. They're still stubborn. They don't want to accept what is right. They don't care. You can quote the word of Allah to them. They just reject. And that's why it's important for us to understand whether we still have Iman or not, by just going back to the reminder. If anybody remind you of something that is right, you reject. That shows that you have problem with your Iman. Yeah? Whatever knowledge you have now do not benefit you, because that knowledge make you reject the truth. You have the wrong feeling. The companions of the Prophet are the best of mankind, the best generation, but you never see any of them reject the truth. Once the truth is being conveyed, they just respond, Sami'na wa ta'na. Now let's go back to page 63 today to understand more about how this book Al-Quran was revealed and recorded. In this chapter, we learn how the Quran reached us. In other words, how it was revealed by Allah Rabbul Alameen to His last messenger, Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. And how the Muslims, after the Prophet Sallallahu learned and recorded it. Revelation of the Quran, Wahyu. When the word revelation means Quran is Wahyu. Yeah? It's not a sihr. No. When we said Wahyu here, it means the Quran is from Allah directly, and Allah entrusts to angel Gabriel, one angel. So many angels Allah only He gave it to angel Gabriel, known by the people of the books, the Holy Spirit, Ruhul Quddus, Gabriel, who was not and cannot be corrupted. He is so pure that whatever Allah entrusts to him, He will just reveal, send it to the messenger, without any plus and minus, exactly like what Allah revealed to him. Sending the Quran down to the lowest heaven, known as Baytul Izzah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sometimes use many terms just to show us there are certain times Allah puts some extra glory to certain place, certain people. Allah sent down the Quran to the lowest heaven in the month of Ramadan. We just finished our Ramadan, but Ramadan is always there to remind us. Allah says, شهر رمضان الذي أنزل فيه القرآن هدى للناس وبينات من الهدى والفرقان. Now it's important to understand how the Quran was revealed, when it was revealed, and to who this Quran was revealed. In the month of Ramadan, in which the Quran was sent down, now we know the beginning of the revelation is in the month of Ramadan, and it carried on for 20 over years. But not every Ramadan. Starting Ramadan, then it start to be revealed. Why Quran was revealed, brothers and sisters? Why the Quran was revealed? As a guidance. Huda. The guidance that we have been asking Allah, Ihdina siratul mustaqim, oh Allah, guide us all to the straight path. Guide us all to the straight path. The day the Quran was revealed until today, the same thing is restated in the Quran, recorded. Never change. What is haram 1,400 years is haram today. What is halal and is halal today. Never change. The rule of Allah, the book of Allah, the word of Allah never change. Huda. Remember. If it is a huda and we ask for hidayah, for the guidance, and the guidance is there now and we don't follow, what is the situation of this Muslim? If you ask for guidance, the guidance was revealed to you 1,400 years ago, and through this guidance, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala have changed the people among the Arab, known as the pagan, become so civilized, so good, better than the Persian, better than the Romans. At that time, there were two forces, the most powerful forces, the most powerful empire, Rome and Persia. No history before that any of the Arab nation dare to challenge the empire of Rome and Persia. None. Because they are very powerful people. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala revealed the Quran, guide the Prophet and the believers. After 13 years of the right understanding to the Quran and Sunnah, after 13 years, when the Prophet migrated to Medina, extra 2 more years, 15 years. Now, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala through the Quran united the hearts of all the tribes who all became Muslim. The Aus, the Khazraj, and all the other tribes was united by Allah, and later on, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala allowed this ummah to face the Persian Empire. Small group of people was united among the Arab tribes. Now they become so strong, but not in numbers, just in spirit and discipline and mind. Because now their heart is one. So powerful. And in the time of Omar sent this force to confront with the Persian Empire. You remember the Persian forces? They will come by hundreds of thousands of forces, standing in front of you with all their weapon and equipment. Look at all the Arab. What are you doing here? Why do you come to us? You know how powerful we are. How can you challenge us? When you start war, you all are going to die. Come, okay, we'll wipe you. But they said, Allah sent us to you. Because now their heart is with Allah. They follow the guidance of the Quran, and MashaAllah, that, the heart that was united by Allah through the guidance of the Quran changed the history of the Arabs. It was a big surprise for the Persian Empire, to lose in a battle with a force that have no history. It's because of the guidance of Islam. Allahu Akbar. Now we know that the Quran was sent as a guidance, and the Quran was sent as a guidance to who, brother and sister? To who? Mankind again. We fail to understand this. We always feel Quran is for us, for you, for the Muslim. Allah never said that Quran was revealed for Muslim. Allah never said that. For mankind, linnas. If without the hidayah of Allah, I don't think the non-Arab will become Muslims. If not because of the hidayah of Allah. I also may not be Muslim. You will not be. There are many other choices that we have. But because of Allah hidayah, we all became Muslim. Alhamdulillah. And there are more people coming to Islam because of the Quran. When they open the Quran, they read, because the Quran wants us to read. Iqra, the first revelation was Iqra. We do read, but we read only Thursday night. And we choose one surah. Until today. I do not know when we are going to improve. People have moved so far away, we still that surah. But when you look at that surah, you look at Thailand, it shows to us that Thailand or Japan or China are following this surah, but they don't read. They just follow this surah to be active, proactive, cultivate the land, talking about agriculture. We just read and read and read and read and memorize, and we still import a lot of things outside. Because we are not the action people, nation. We are theory. They don't read, but they act upon the ayah, even they don't understand, but they are doing it. And that's why they say, if you look at other nations, they are more Islam, more Muslim than us. Only they don't have the iman yet. They are disciplined, hardworking, productivity. They are better than all of us. Time is so important for Muslim. Allah swear with time. Wal asri, wal duha, wal layli, wal fajri. Today, all the watches that you wear, made from where? From Muslim country? Tripoli, Lebanon, Egypt, Indonesia, Malaysia. No. You go to China, it is just one province. Every mall you enter is only watches. You'll be surprised. I've been there before. I want to buy other things. But what can you do? From one mall to another mall, all are watches. Amazing. You just name it, what color, what shape, what kind of design and alphabet they have. And that's why you see a lot of people go there, just buying watches. Yeah, and that's why you go to, even in Saudi in Hajj season, so cheap, next to Rolex. The spelling a bit different. Maybe they are on R-O-L-E-X, he R-O-L-E-K. It sounds Rolex, spelling a bit different. It's very cheap, 100 ringgit, buy one free. Allahu Akbar. These are important for us, but who is the one who come up with times? Is they. They work hard. Allah sent down the Quran as a guidance for mankind. So you have no right, I have no right to stop any of our friends who are not yet Muslim who want to have a Quran. You cannot stop them. But if you want to give it to them, they don't want, don't force them. It's not right. Because if you force them, they will take it in front of you. When you leave, they throw it. So it is not good. But when they want, then you should respond. Because it is also for them. The only thing, the Quran, if you read without a teacher, then you get more confused. You can get confused. Why it's not so organized? About Moses jumping here and there, after some part of Moses stop there and go to another part, another history, another story, and then after a few other surah, you have Moses coming back again. And people just cannot understand why. It's not organized like how human want to organize. This is not human's book. Allah's book. He organized in that manner as a reminder, because if you would just go according to the human way of organizing things, after you finish one chapter, you go to the new part, and then that new chapter don't talk about the past anymore. You may forget the past. But Allah always bring you back, reciting about this, something new, and then He bring you back to the old one, so that you will remember the past and the present and the future. That is to show us that this is not man-made book. Man-made book will go by alphabets, A on, B, it's easy. There is our way of organizing things. We thought that that is the best. Maybe, but Allah knows what is best for us. Yeah. And also Allah said, the Quran was sent as a clear proof, bayinat. Meaning, when a person talk about Quran, he should have a clear understanding. He cannot have doubts. When you have doubts, that means you are not having a clear understanding. You must know why Allah said this, why Allah said that, because Allah make it very clear to you. The only difference, brothers and sisters, in the early generation, the time of the Prophet, where the Arabs are so curious about what is happening to the Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, because he is trying to bring something new to the community. A lot of questions been asked, but when those who became a Muslim, they hardly want to ask anymore. When they hear this is from Allah, the Prophet is there to convey the ayah, they will just say sami'na wa ta'na, until think that they don't understand. Then they ask, Ya Rasulullah, like Qibir and all this, what is this? And that's why that ummah was blessed. They don't have to ask a lot anymore. They know, if Allah want me to do something, Allah the Creator, the All-Knower, knows what is best for me. They have that kind of husni zan billah, good feeling, good thoughts to Allah, that Allah always wants the best for us, so I will just follow. The father and mother who plan for the best for the children, do you think it's the best thing for the children to do is just to follow? Is that easy? Yeah. It's easy for them to follow. We plan for them. We choose the best school, the best place for them to study. Do you think it's easy for them to just to follow? It's easy. Because all the fees, the money, you don't have to think. Father and mother have to think. They send you to a school, they got to think of how to pay the school fees and everything. You just bring your body there only. Is that so difficult? They even prepare transport for you to ride. Is that difficult? It's not difficult. It's like you're working. Yeah, the office has set the rule. This is what you should do. Do you think it's difficult to do? No, you just follow. Just follow. It's easy. If you go to a place and the people will ask you, do you want to work here? You say, okay, yes, I'm ready to work. And then you ask them, what is my job here? Anything. Anything. What is anything? Maybe you have to sweep sometime. Maybe you have to cook sometime. Maybe you go shopping sometime. Maybe you're going to respond to the mail sometime. Maybe you do some wiring sometime. Oh, I can't do that. Yeah, because we are not people who can do everything. Just an example. Yeah? So it's a clear proof for guidance and criterion. Furqan. What is Furqan? What is criterion? What do we understand by the word criterion? Yeah? Furqan. That means the book of Quran is here to separate, to show you what is right, what is wrong, is wrong. Furqan is something to divide you. Yeah, to divide you from, to make you know the difference between haq and batil. It's not up to you. No. Allah is the one who is going to show you what is right and what is wrong. Yeah. Who you can get married, who you can't get married. When after divorce you can reconcile, when after divorce no more reconciliation. What is the portion of your share when somebody passed away and they left some property? All this Allah have fixed it for you. How much can you will? If you want to will something, how much can you will? Not more than 1/3. Just an example. This is the criterion, the limitation. Yeah, it's called Furqan. Anything there is a limit. You have the freedom. Every freedom has a limit. You want to say anything you want to say, also there's a limit. In particular, the Quran was sent down on the most blessed night of Ramadan. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala informed us about the blessed night. Inna anzalnahu fi laylatin mubarakah. Inna kunna munzirin fiha yufraqu kull amrin hakim. Amran min indina inna kunna mursalin. Surah Dukhan, verses 3-5. We have surely sent this Quran down in the blessed night. Brothers and sisters, when Allah said the Quran was sent down in the blessed night, when you follow the guidance of the Quran, you will be blessed. That's how it goes. You will be blessed. We want Allah's blessing, but we do not want to follow His guidance. You want halal rizki, but you do not want to follow his instruction. Then you get involved in haram income, haram business. So if you want Allah's blessing, brother and sister, you have to follow the guidance of Allah. Surely we always warn the people, and that's why in the Quran, brother and sister, you will come across a lot of verses is there to warn us, to remind us, don't do this, don't do this, وَلَا تَقْتُلُوا أَوْلَادَكُمْ وَلَا تَقْرَبُوا الزِّنَا وَلَا تَمْشِي فِي الْأَرْضِ مَرَحًا. There's so many verses that will say, no, 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 a warning. Don't cross that border. Why? Because Allah loves you. When you cross the border, then problems start. The Quran here is to warn us. Don't do this, don't do that. So that, alhamdulillah, we have the peace of our mind. We can sleep, we have nothing to worry. During that night, Allah is telling us what night, the night that Allah decided to reveal the Quran, to send down the Quran. Every wise command is made by us, by Allah. Allah is telling us that in the content of this book, everything is from Him. And every single word of Allah is wisdom. A lot of wisdom. And that's why our Prophet was given the wisdom, because he followed the guidance of Allah. He only spoke what Allah wanted him to say. وَمَا يَنْتِقُ عَنِ الْهَوَى. The Prophet never say anything based on his feeling. I feel like this, I feel like that. No, no, no. We have a lot of feeling actually, of course. The Prophet also have, but he will never say anything about God's religion through his feeling. Today, we dare to talk about Islam according to how we feel. There's nothing wrong. Who said there's nothing wrong? When you go against Allah's command, you still can say there's nothing wrong. If Allah said, I have perfected the religion for you, and you say, it's nothing wrong if you make something new, some innovation is good. How can you say it's good when Allah said, I have perfected my religion for you? Meaning you are not satisfied with Allah's perfection. You still want to make changes in Allah's religion. When Allah said, I make business halal for you, and I make riba haram. Are you telling Allah, it's okay, no, riba is helping me, it's helping the economy? What are you talking? You dare to go against Allah's, what Allah said, haram, you said okay. Here's an example. Surely we always send the messengers for guidance. Allah. You see how did Allah end this? He do not just send down the Quran and whoever found the Quran you read and then you follow. No. He sent through a messenger who Allah appointed him to be his messenger at that point of time to convey his command. And that night that is full of blessing is called Laylatul Qadr. Inna anzalnahu fi Laylatul Qadr. وَمَا أَدْرَاكَ مَا لَيْلَةُ الْقَدْرِ. Laylatul Qadr خَيْرٌ مِنْ أَلْفِ الشَّهْرِ. To the end of the ayah. Verily we have sent it down on the night of decree. So happened when Allah sent down, everything is being written. That means whatever Allah have decreed is going to happen. And what will make you know what is the night of decree? The night of dhikr is better than 1,000. Not 1,000, then 1,000 al-shahr, 1,000. Better than 1,000 months. Not just 1,000 months, better than 1,000 months. That means everything is written for our whole life. We just have to understand what Allah has ordained for us. And none of us can understand until it happens. And when it happens, only those who have the right iman will learn from it. Those who don't have the right iman, right understanding, they will complain. They start to say, why this, why that, why me? And then you know that you have problem with your iman. When you don't ask why, that means your understanding towards the arkanul iman of qadar and qadar is okay now. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and the Prophet always want us to reflect, to ponder, to think, not to be a blind follower. Everything there is a reason behind it, and it's only for those who reflect. Yeah. Yes, this blessed night is better than 1,000 months. It is the night in which the Lord of the creation, Allah Rabbul Alamin Al-Khaliq, sent down His noble book, the Quran. Allahu Akbar. So that it would be taken down after that to His noble messenger, Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi wa alihi wa sallam. And Allah continued by saying that وَإِنَّهُ لَتَنْزِيلُ رَبِّ الْعَالَمِينَ نَزَلَ بِهِ الرُّوحُ الْأَمِينَ عَلَى قَلْبِكَ لِتَكُونَ مِنَ الْمُنْزِرِينَ Allahu Akbar. The Quran was taken down from the lowest heaven to the Prophet. Now from Lawhi Mahfuz to Bayt al-Izzah. Bayt al-Izzah is one whole Quran was revealed, and from there Allah command Angel Gabriel. Angel Gabriel is known as the trustworthy spirit, Ruhul Amin. And mashallah, this word Amin, Amin, everybody recite every day. Yeah. After Walad Dalin, Amin. Whoever have a good name, Amin, is very good. Everybody always call his name every day. Yeah. Amin, Amin, Amin. Yeah. The Quran is sent down gradually from the Lord of the creation. The trustworthy spirit brought it down upon your heart, O Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, so that you will be of those who warn the people. So the Quran is not here just to read and just for competition and see the voice is so beautiful, mashallah, so beautiful until we don't, we don't even follow. We fall asleep. Sometimes we recite the Quran so beautiful, then you fall asleep. Hardly people listen to music, they fall asleep. Especially the rock music. You cannot go to sleep. Your whole body shake. No. But you come to the Quran, you don't shake. No. It's bringing you to another world. Yeah. Suddenly, you don't realize the Quran is still reciting, you are gone now. Yeah. Beautiful, eh? The Quran can make you sleep well, alhamdulillah. So what Allah is trying to tell us is how the Quran was revealed, and who do Allah reveal to first? To Ruhul Amin, the trustworthy spirit. And Angel Gabriel was commanded by Allah to brought it down to Muhammad, not just to let him hear. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala opened his heart. Each time when an angel will recite the verses of Allah, the heart of the Prophet just respond to it. At first, the Prophet was trying to follow the recitation of Gabriel, and Allah stopped him. You don't have to do that. He's worried that he may forget if he do not follow. Talaqi. When angel said, he follow. But then Allah said, no. You just listen. Allah is the one who is going to open your heart, and your heart is like a sponge. Just absorb. It's like the wahyu is like water, and your heart is like a sponge. Keep on absorbing. Our heart, there's a lot of locks, security lock, and now the lock, there's so many quality of locks. Yeah. Some lock you can just unlock. This lock very hard to unlock. You need a master key to unlock, and that is the problem. Yeah. You become so stubborn. And anybody who, when you quote the Quran to them and they don't respond, you know that their heart is been locked. Very easy. Only we do not know how strong their lock is. So you can check. Keep on reminding them, warn them, and they don't care. They don't care. That means their lock must be a special one. And who locked it? Who locked that heart? Do you blame Allah? Because you want your heart to be locked. Allah wants you to ponder, you don't want. Prophet was sent to remind you, you don't care. Teacher is there to remind you, your parent was there to, you don't care. And that's why Allah said, وَمَنْ أَعْرَضَ عَنْ ذِكْرِي فَإِنَّ لَهُ مَعِيشَةً ضَنْكًا. So when something happened, brothers and sisters, we have no right to blame Allah. We ask Him for guidance. He revealed the guidance. He sent the Prophet to remind us. We ignore all this reminder. So we are to be blamed. And may Allah guide us. May Allah soften our heart and make us people who are humble enough to submit to Almighty, the Creator, the All-Knowing, the All-Seeing. And you will never go wrong. Inshallah. All the problems that you encounter, inshallah, will be solved with the blessing of Allah Rabbul Alameen through the guidance of the Holy Quran and the Sunnah of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa alihi.